It's Michelle with Complete Wellness, and I want to talk to you today about changing habits. And no, I don't mean quitting habits, I mean changing habits. I know we're supposed to be strong and we can tough it out, and I guess it feels cool to say I did it cold turkey, but if you're doing it cold turkey in January every single year because you can't keep it cut out of your life, then it's not serving you. So, a strategy I like to use and I see as effective with other people is replacement, which is basically instead of quitting cold turkey, like maybe you got a soda habit. Well, instead of quitting cold turkey and now you leave a void that begs to be filled, replace it with something. So it's like if you drive a nail into a board so that it's flush with the board, you're not getting that sucker out. You're not going to pull it out and just get rid of it. You're going to have to use another nail to drive that nail out. And that's the same idea with replacing habits. So get the cold turkey thing out of your head. If you've done it and you've been quit whatever that was for 20 years, great. I'm glad it worked for you. But for those of us who don't have it like that, whatever it is that you're trying to, there's a couple things I want to get into, but the first half of it, as far as quitting bad habits, is replacing the bad habit with a good habit or a less bad habit. So, for instance, if you have a soda habit, instead of just, I'm not going to have soda anymore, ever, and gritting your teeth through it and wishing you were dead, replace it. Whenever you have that craving for a soda, grab a flavored sparkling water. Or they have a diet soda called Stevia that's flavored with Stevia. And that's perfectly acceptable. It's not harmful. It's not like aspartame or whatever the other diet sodas are flavored with or sweetened with. Chips, you have that salty habit. A lot of that is usually because it's crunchy. There's a whole psychological thing behind that. The sound, the way it feels in your mouth, crunching on it. And I could get into the psychological part of that, but I don't want to do that because I tend to take a 5-minute video and make it 20 minutes. So I don't want to do that here. But chips, you want something crunchy. Nuts, pecans, walnuts, almonds, or pork rinds. Pork rinds are good. I think us and the people in the fitness world are aware of what a beauty this is because it's no carbs and it's got protein. So, and nowadays they have plenty of different flavors of the pork rind. Another effective tool is thinking of all of the bad things tied to this bad habit, whether that's smoking. So, okay, think of all the bad things, the insane expense of it, that you could be, saving up to go on a trip, or buy a new car and look it up. You're spending $7 or $8 on a pack of, anyway. Think of the expense of it. Think of how nasty you smell. Think of all the prep you have to go through. Now I'm stressed because I don't know when I'm gonna have my next cigarette, and okay, if I smoke with it, but I can't ride with them because they don't allow smoking in the car. There's a whole lifestyle when you're a smoker. And I'll get into that in a minute. But rather than saying I'm going to quit cold turkey, you can busy yourself with your hands. And you go to smokefree.gov, tons of resources there, free and very effective support. But anyway, so smoking, attaching as much pain to that bad habit in your mind. So yes, I get burn holes in my clothes and I stink and no one wants to talk right in my face, and I've heard it. And so you don't want to think about it. But in this case, you do want to think about it. So attaching as much pain to staying the way that you are, whether it's overweight, you know, none of the stores have my size, or this cuts into me because I have to wear a size smaller because that's all I can find, or, you know, you're sick of being winded for going up, you know, one flight of stairs, or your doctor told you, or you're scared of diabetes, or whatever the case may be. All of these things tie to the negative end of being overweight. Those are just examples. But there's many, you know, alcoholism, whatever your bad habit is. Maybe it's chewing on ice. Go to dentisthatethat.com. I don't even know if that's a thing, but it's bad for you. So attaching to the bad habit all the pain, all the stuff that's bad about it, and then as you're doing that, flip over to all the good that you will have from getting rid of that habit. So, you know, well, smoking, it's killing me. It disgusts my friends, or, you know, I'm spending more money on this than food every week. And then flip it. So what will I gain from this? And associate as much pleasure with the positive outcome of it. So, well, I'll have money. I start vacation fund. With all the money that I would spend in that, I'm gonna put it in the bank in a separate account for vacation. I'm not gonna have to replace clothes because they're dingy and they got burn holes in them. I'm not gonna be ostracized by people because no one wants to die. Or it's just not having the stress of we got a 2-hour meeting. Oh crap, when am I gonna have to? And the whole time in the meeting, you're not thinking, okay, I hope I brought those charts and I gotta, because my part of this presentation is coming up. You're thinking, when am I gonna get my next cigarette? And if I go to lunch at this time, I'm gonna have to smoke before I do that. And where am I gonna smoke? Is this building even have? None of that. Yes, dear. You don't have that as an issue anymore. Overweight. Again, all these things tied to health. So you're taking the bad habit. First of all, you're replacing it with something. Don't just sit there in the void of wanting the thing. Whether it's candy, there are plenty of, like I make keto fat bombs because I have a chocolate thing. But I didn't want to be addicted to sugar, so there are ways of sweetening a thing that is not sugar. It's not poison. Like stevia, I have to put something down in the description because I forget what's... Anyway. Sorry. Whatever your thing is, I promise you, Google it. There are plenty of alternatives out there that are, if not a lot better for you, they're at least not that bad for you. And the more you do these things, practice makes perfect, right? And just like that bad habit became a habit, you can, as you're using the replacement trick, because I've been low carb, I've always been in that lifestyle, but I had to train myself onto things. Like I discovered in my 20s I was allergic to peanuts. That was hard. That was hard to take because I love peanuts. But I just had to train myself onto something else that gave me the same type. Maybe it wasn't perfect, maybe it wasn't exactly like the peanuts, but it weaned me off. My point is, as you train yourself off of that, oh, I want something crunchy. No chips. Grab almonds. Or, no, I'm not going to have this Diet Coke. I'm going to have Stevia. Whatever it is, you're not saying no and then you're pissed off about it and resentful about it and setting yourself up to binge on it. You're saying not that. But okay, just not that. And so psychologically you're doing that for yourself. You're not telling yourself no. So that little rebellion in you doesn't get kicked up. You're just telling yourself not that. But I can do this. And pizza, whatever it is, I mean, you can use almond flour with pizza, cauliflower crust pizza. I mean, there are tons of substitutions for the thing that is your thing. There are tons of substitutions. And where there's like smoking, I know there's gums out there and medications out there, and I don't know from that. It's not something I'm 100% on, and I'm not a doctor. So go to smokefree.gov to check out all those. I know there are plenty of resources and they're free and you have support. But mainly getting your mind on something else, not sitting there and you're, God, I wish I had a cigarette. It's in, or whatever it is. You're not sitting there in it. You're thinking of all, when that starts hitting you, you're thinking of, yeah, but do I want to put my kids through seeing me die from lung cancer? Is that something I want to put them through? How great would it be to go to Bali this summer? If I start saving all the money I was going to spend on cigarettes now,